It's a big day at Sha Tin on Sunday with another 11 race program coming up. Paul Lally is here with selections for all the 11 races, and we kick this race by race preview off with the first to Class 5 over the 1600. Chili Baba, last start winner, carries an extra £6 for it. Little Fairy's unbeaten in this grade. On the Lash has the tongue tie coming off. Fruity Warrior hasn't been seen for several months. He's first up on the back of 2 trials. Our Victorian, he raced last weekend. Fireball's 1 for 1 course and distance, and Gold Tackers placed 2 from 4 over the 1600 metres. A Gallant Crown here, Paul, from barrier number 3, the leader.
Yeah, he got that low draw. He should be easily able to get to the front. Leather Master's drawn inside him. He can kick up, winning 7. Fireball's drawn wide, so he might just have to work. But there is a decent run to the first bend here over the 1600. Our Victorian Castle Legend, podium coming to Sha Tin. Little Fairy, Multi Darling ran on from the back last time, and Chili Baba won from the back last time.
And here is this winning from near enough to last time for Chili Baba. It is from the back because he's last turning for home, Paul. However, he won his first race at start number 1. Start 21 before he won again.
Yeah, so he doesn't win out of turn, does he? And that first one was over 1,000. He's won over 1,800. I don't know, coming back to 16's ideal for him because he looks a real star now. A capitalist horse, this one. He's drawn 11. He'll get back. He's got an informed jockey on him. So, look, he'll get his opportunity once again.
And so he runs over the top of On the Lash, and they will clash again in the first race, as will Podium and Gallant Crown, who are in our second replay. Podium's been racing really well across at Happy Valley. He did race at Sha Tin 3 starts ago, and he ran 4th.
Yeah, the only query with Sha Tin, as you say, is that 4th is the only sign of form he has shown at Sha Tin. Prior to that, he was 8 zip. But in saying that, he's in a lot better form than he has been, and he's been racing really well. So, look, I think he is one of the major chances, Podium. He definitely goes in. Now, Gallant Crown, he's another one that goes well at Sha Tin. So I think he's a good chance as well.
And he's in this replay too, Paul. He leads at this stage and fights on for 3rd. Many thanks for ever 2nd. Fireball going back to the 1600 metres. You were all over him last time at the 1600 metres. Are you putting him in again this week? I'm
not going to because of the draw. I just think he might get a bit of a tough run. Fireball, that worries me a little bit with him. But as you say, he did run well here. Look, I am going to go with Gallant Crown there on the inside. He's a really well-rated horse. He's been placed 5 times. And won once here at Sha Tin. So I do like him. And many thanks forever. I don't mind him in this race either, running on nicely once again. So he'll go in as well.
There's a little guide to the first 4, but who lands in the right spot to win the Class 5?
I thought he could lead all the way, Gallant Crown, a well-rated horse now in this grade. So he's on top to beat Podium coming to Sha Tin. Many thanks forever. And On the Lash, we'll go put him in there for 4th. 2, 4, 5, 6.
And Derek Long and David Hayes to land the first for Paul on Sunday with Gallant Crown. Race number 2, we go up in grade 2, a Class 4, and the distance of the race is 1,200 metres. Victor the Rapid is on the class drop. Top Dragons had 2 starts and improved in both of them. Laser Blanker 4 trials, Time to Fire 4, and Wrote a New Page 3 trials ahead of their first starts in this race. Bingo Babe has the tongue tie going on, and Kaying Power check pieces off, tongue tie off, and the crossover noseband has been re-added. This first started with a bit of a wrap on it, Paul. Laser Blanker outside the leader.
I think they're just going to have to push on from the wide draw and try and get outside the leader, which I think they can. He has shown a bit of pace in his trials. Bingo Babe is the one that has led in the past. He's got the tongue tie on and drawn nicely for barrier 2 for Holly Doyle. Victor the Rapid's downgraded. Kaying Warrior can go forward, get himself into a nice position. The other one's Wrote a New Page, who's a debutant by Wrote, funny enough. He'll need a bit. I think he'll need it a little bit further, so I think he'll be back.
Top Dragon is up to start number 3, and the men trains and rides Chris So and Harry Bentley. We've come straight to the source. Harry and Chris, Top Dragon. You've just jumped him out down the back. Harry, how did he feel?
He felt great. You know, he's in really good form. He's a little bit bouncy in the stall still. He's a little bit of a boy, but he comes out quick and he feels really good.
Chris, he's come on really well between his first 2 starts.
Yeah, that's good. Last time is for me is a bit impressed. You know, the horse is running well, and the horse is scalloped everything. You know, trial in the morning is okay, but I don't expect the last time he will run really well. So I hope the same.
bit green down the straight last time too, Harry. Is that just a maturity thing?
Yeah, it is. He's just still learning on the job, but he's got an engine, and each time I've asked for that effort in the straight, he's really picked up for me. So yeah, hopefully he can get that job done. And as I say, he's a progressing horse.
Can't give you any more info than that. Jockey and trainer providing the story behind Top Dragon. What about Beauty Missile though, Paul? He runs 4th in this race. Antoine Hemlin and Frankie Laurie's placed 3 from 8 course and distance. There's a 4th or 2 along the way also.
25 start maiden is just a little query with him. I mean, you could easily put him in your numbers on a place line, but look, he hasn't managed to get his bib in front at this stage. He's been running over the 1400 last couple and then came back to 12 and ran nicely enough. So, look, I can see him filling a placing, but I think there's other horses in this.
We'll leave him for a place at best. That's Sky Joy, who made it 2 for 2 winning that race. Now here is the first starter, Paul. Laser Blinker is his name, trained by John Size. Brenton Abdallah gets the opportunity. Zach Purton has been on board. He trials alongside Colourful King, who runs down the straight later in the program. That is horsepower in behind them also. Yeah,
so and he's running down the straight as well. Look, he's a lower rated horse than Colourful King, who looks a really good chance later on. And you can see him, he was pushed out a little bit in this trial, stayed on nicely enough, and he looks quite forward. The barrier draw is the key. I mean, he's drawn a bit wide. If he gets across, you'll know your fate in the first 100 metres.
Does he win if he gets across?
I think he can, yeah. So, look, I will go with him because I think if he gets across, he can lead or get outside the leader. So he's on top to beat Top Dragon. Victor the Rapid, the downgrader, and then Always My Folks. He goes in there on a minor line. A good placing from him 2 starts ago behind Fun Elite. 4-2-1-9.
Stable providing plenty of winners at the moment. That of John Size and Paul with Laser Blinker to make it 1 for 1. Third race, second division of the Daisy Handicap. So it's a Class 4 over the 1200. Magnifique, very impressive on debut, goes up in distance. The Air has the tongue tie coming off. Patch of Time is minus a hood. Bomis has had 9 trials and wears a tongue tie ahead of his, for his debut. Everyone's Gallop's had 5 trials. Lucky Symphony is resuming, and Commanding Missile's a 2-time course and distance winner. Magnifique, Paul, not as easy as his first start. He might be 3 wide, however, with some cover.
Yeah, look, Everyone's Gallop, he's won a couple of trials here. He's had 5 of them to get him ready, and his blinkers on for his debut run. So I think he'll scoot across and lead this. Bombus is another one that's showing a bit of speed in his trials. He's had 9 of them. So he'll try and slot in. Lucky Symphony can get himself into a nice place. Dragon 4 Seas, Holly Doyle's mount, might just need a bit of luck from the wide draw, and Magnifique will need to try and slot in there somewhere.
He delivered on debut, did Magnifique. He was sent out favourite and ended up 2.3, so drifted a little late in betting with the money coming for the second horse, Paul Enjoy Golf, but he was too good for him.
Yeah, Enjoy Golf's run since and run another second as well. He wasn't too far behind. So, look, it was a nice debut run from him. It's just, again, he's another one, similar to the previous race, who is drawn wide. So you might see a few of these favourites of wide draws coming up on the weekend. He'll just need a little bit of luck from barrier number 11. But it was a nice enough debut run for him, for sure.
He gets away towards the end of that race too, does Magnifique. Here's another one with a wide draw, Dragon 4 Seas, but he has been on the improve. He was a winner 2 starts ago and then backed it up from a wide draw with a second behind what looks to be a smart one in the grey, Yichong Glory.
Yeah, and it was a nice run once again from him. Again, you'll know his fate from barrier number 12. Look, he was the one I was just worried about more so than Magnifique draw-wise, because he's got a little bit of extra pace and Magnifique could go onto his back. So, look, I was a little bit worried about him from the draw, Dragon 4 Seas.
That is him running second at his last start. Now some trial form. Everyone's Gallop showing pace at the trials, and here he is leading up here. This is going back to the 4th of February. 5 trials. He beats Live and Let Live by 3 lengths here and just leaves them to it.
I think it was a nice trial, and he's got blinkers on, so there is some intent there. I think they're just going to power forward and get to the front with this horse. And he did one with plenty in hand, Everyone's Gallop, so I'm going to include him. I think he's another debutant. There's a few running around. He's had the 5 trials to get him ready, and I think he could easily run a cheeky race fresh up.
Lucky Symphony is not on debut. He has raced, but we haven't seen him this season. There's been little wrong with his trials.
Yeah, nice trial from him as well. So the stable's starting to hit form as well. It's going really nicely at the moment. So from barrier 5 with Andre at Zini, he's going to get his opportunity. He's likely to go forward as well, so he's going to go in the numbers as well. I thought it was a really nice trial from him.
Yeah, the further they went, the further in front he was of Volcanus, who placed again on Wednesday night at Sha Tin. That's a look at the runners in race number 4. A few of the lead-up races. Who do you like?
Going to go with Magnifique. I thought it was a good debut win from him. He'll need luck from the draw, though, so you wouldn't want to take too much of a shorter price about him. Everyone's gallop on debut with the blinkers on. Lucky Symphony. And Patch of Time did win a couple of races in a row earlier in the season. I think he can get into a nice enough position and the hood will come off him. 1-8-10-4.
Magnifique for Paul to remain unbeaten by stepping up in trip and winning the third. It is preview time for race number 4, Sha Tin Sunday. This race is a Class 4 over the 1400 metres and Magnificent 9 is on the class drop. Rich Horse has a hood going on. Forerunner last start winner carries an extra £6 for it. Magic Combo first starters had the 2 trials. Rosewood Fleetfoot, he's had 7 trials. Jolly Jumper has the chickpieces going on. Young Horizon 3-time distance winner. And Circuit Mighty has the blinkers put back on for this race, Paul, as Lucky Blessing has shown plenty of speed on race day and at the trials.
Yes, he should lead. Now, Circuit Mighty's the alternative leader with the blinkers back on with a lower draw, but I think Lucky Blessing will be able to cross them okay. Jolly Jumper, Magnificent 9. Now, the rest are not really, they're all sort of back runners, so I don't think it's going to be an overly fast run race. Musang King, the durian champion there, he should be back on the inside 3 back. Musang is a brand of durian, the good fruit up here.
Okay.
There you go. Just to explain it.
Didn't know you're a fruit eater. Oh. You're a healthy man.
There you go.
This is Magnificent 9, Paul. He's coming back down in grade. It was at Happy Valley last time. He did run second in Class 4 2 starts ago behind the smart and impressive Another World, and he's finished here behind the low-flying Beauty Destiny. Yeah,
look, he's a horse that he sort of gets you every time because he runs on nicely enough. Still a maiden, though, from his 16 starts. He's come back into Class 4. Last time he was in this grade, he did run 3rd. So, look, this is the right grade for him. Let's hopefully he can get that win on the board.
Forerunner is a last start winner. He won on debut, then took another 16 starts to win his second race.
He did run quite a few good races when there was rain-affected tracks, sort of at the back end of last season. Ran a few placings. He's come out here on a good track and he's won nicely enough. He's drawn well in barrier number 1. Whether he can put 2 together as he hasn't in the past, that's the query. He's got Hugh Bowman aboard for his run here. So a change of jockey there. And look, I'm going to put him in, but not on top.
That is winning form for Forerunner. Telecom Dragon's been a bit costly at Happy Valley. He went out a short-priced favourite 2 starts ago, 1.7, then was deserted by punters here. Started double figures with 4th behind Sky Jewellery. Goes to the 1400 metres for the first time. Yeah, and
look, he's always looked like 1400 would suit him because he's always running on nice. You can see him, those yellow colours, running on strongly once again here. He has won at Sha Tin before and he's been placed numerous times, so I'm not worried about him coming to Sha Tin.
It's a good report for Telecom Dragon. And finally, Beautiful Win. This has been his best performance so far. In Hong Kong, he ends up running 5th in this race. He was beaten 2.5 lengths behind Mr. Energia and makes up plenty of ground. This race was also over the 1400.
Yeah, look, and there's no... I don't think this is a hard race. He comes in with a really light weight. And as you say, he's always showing a bit at the trials, this horse. 1400 should be fine, the Son of Base High. And you can see him finishing off really nicely along the rail. So I think he'll get his opportunity in this.
Yes, Mr. Energia late grabs the winner. So opportunity, you're going to take a chance with him.
I am with the lightweight. I think he could win. Beautiful Win. So we'll put him on a top to beat. Magnificent 9, Telecom Dragon and Forerunner. 14-1-4-3.
Paul right down the bottom of the book in race number 4 to find the winner. Beautiful Win. Race 5 of 11 at Sha Tin on Sunday. This is the preview for it, and we have a Spirit of Peace last start winner with an extra £7 at the top of the book. Master of All's racing well, Conspiracy Witness on debut, Everyone's Classic has the tongue tie going on. Windspeed off a second behind Yuan Long Elite last start. Harmin Holmes a two-time course and distance winner. Draco switches to Sha Tin, steps up in distance, and Golden Tronic Mighty is on a 7-day backup. Paul, we've got a leader of Master of All.
Drawn the inside, likes to lead, so he looks the likely leader. Draco, he can get himself into a nice position. Windspeedy, he'll have to push on from his wide draw, try and get outside. And Kingly Demeanor has been setting up some good sectionals over the 1800 metres, but he's back to the 1400 here. Everyone's Classic will get his opportunity. Golden Tronic Mighty is one of the bigger horses here at Hong Kong, so he'll need a bit of room. And Conspiracy Witness hasn't shown too much early speed in his trial. So barrier 13, I think he'll go back.
We're going to start with Spirit of Peace winning at Happy Valley last time. He was beaten favourite at the race leading into this one. Bounced straight back here, Paul, to beat Heyday, who has gone on and won since.
Yeah, so the form looks really good. And this horse has looked good. He's only had the 3 starts. I thought it was a strong win. You could see him winding up down the outside. He'll probably get back for it a little bit from barrier number 9. But I can see him. He's obviously got a good turn of foot, this horse. So look, he'll definitely get his opportunity.
Fortune Whiskey's won since out of that race too, so very strong form race. Master of All, he's had a wide gate last time and run 4th behind Another World. He led up, but he was racing really well too from low barriers at the races prior, and he draws the rail.
So consistent, this horse. Second, first, third, fourth at his last 5 starts. So look, he's going to get to the lead without any problems whatsoever, Master of All, and just finished off, just sort of faded late here, was still in front there and was beaten by Another World in a great performance by Another World, who's racing in a higher grade later on. So look, I think he's going to get his opportunity once again, so he'll go in the numbers.
He's going. What about Draco? They've been backing him plenty of times at Happy Valley recently, and he hasn't been too far away. He ends up running 3rd in this race. He comes to Sha Tin. He steps to 1400. Can you see him slithering down the outside?
I can. He can. He's by, I see what you did there. He's by deep field. So from barrier number 2, Holly Doyle aboard, I think he'll get his opportunity as well. He can sort of be quite positive from that draw. And as you say, there has been a lot of money for him. So points to him.
There you go. How are you going to make up the top 4 in race number 5?
Going to go with Spirit of Peace on top. I think he can come to Sha Tin with no issues. Master of All from the front, Draco. And Golden Tronic Mighty's finished off his races quite well recently. 1, 2, 10, 11.
Paul praying for peace in race number 5. Race number 6 is over the 1800 metres open race. This one with plenty of chances. Toy Soltero's on the class drop. Biddy Alliance, first time 1800 for him. Volcanic Spark, a 1st and a 3rd, the only 2 starts at the distance. Me Time switches across to Sha Tin. A Polar Fighter's won a trial since his last start. Happy Heroes trialled well with a 3rd at Chung Fa behind Mr Dapper since his last outing. California Moxie's up in distance. Servant off a 4th last time at Happy Valley, and Soaring Bronco, he's down the bottom, having run a 3rd and a 4th at his last 2 placings, and he's going to be on the pace, Paul. Yeah,
he likes to go forward, and there's no real leaders in this race. Big run to the first bend, so you've got plenty of time to get across. Now, Devildom, he's gone forward in the past as well, so he might just try and go on with it and try for the lead. Toy Soltero's led at Happy Valley in the past, which didn't really suit him. Servant, Happy Hero. California Moxie up to 1800 for the first time, and a Polar Fighter, a recent trial winner.
His trial after we look at the race replays, and we start though with Beauty Alliance. Paul running 4th this at Happy Valley last time. He was a winner 3 starts ago. He's since finished midfield behind Legend St Paul's and this 4th to Amazing Award.
Yeah, he's definitely got ability, Beauty Alliance. He's one of the main chances in the race for sure, but he's drawn 12. He's going to go back, you'd think, from that wide draw. It's just sort of what sort of pace is like in the race. Will the pace in the race suit him? But in saying that, he still looks one of the main chances.
That is a good report. And Devil Dom running 5th. He's had 13 starts yet to run in the top 4. Devil Dom. Billionaire Secret running 2nd. Volcanic Spark 5th. And Soaring Bronco, who if he's not at the races, he's at the trials. He's quite often in the market. They're all coming back in distance from the 1800. Are you taking any of these 3?
No, I'm not. Of the 3, though, I think Billionaire Secret's probably got the most chance. It was a good second from him, and at least he's a winner. He's won a few. Soaring Bronco's still a 14 start maiden. Sort of seems really one-paced. Soaring Bronco. You wouldn't mind him over 2 miles or something of the way he just keeps on. But Billionaire Secret finished off really strongly here. Couldn't quite pin back the winner, but it wasn't a bad run from him.
So he's the best of that replay, but they're not going in. You've been with California Moxie time and time again. You do just about anything for this horse. And is that going to continue here?
Yeah, up to 1800, because he's always looked like he needs a bit of distance, this horse. And I like the fact he's stepping up. You can see this is over 1400 metres, and you can see what he can do. He runs on nicely enough here. He's out of a Danehill Dancer mare, so there is plenty of staying ability there. He's drawn nicely in barrier number 3. I think there'll be a little bit more forward with him. He's been placed a few times, California Moxie. He's still a maiden from his 12 starts. But you see what I mean here as he finishes off nicely enough over the 14. So up to the 18, he'll get his opportunity.
Gets the key of the extra 400 metres. And that trial that you mentioned that at Polar Fighter won, here he is at Chung Fa, had one of the apprentices on board, so not a whole lot of weight on his back this morning. 121 pounds on Sunday, stable's in good form, and the horse he beats in this trial is Super Love.
Yeah, and he's come out and won. Look, he's a 10-start maiden as well, a Polar Fighter. I am going to include him, though, because he has shown a bit of ability, and he's coming from a Happy Valley campaign to a Sha Tin campaign, saying that he's 4-zip here at Sha Tin, but he's drawn nicely in barrier 4. He seems to be in a bit of form, so he'll get his opportunity.
But yes, sticking solid, you're loyal to California Moxie.
Yeah, look, I just think there is a win in this horse, especially over the longer trip. So he's on top to beat Beauty Alliance, a Polar Fighter. I'm going to put Servant in as well, because he should get a good run just in behind the pace. 12 to 8.13.
California Moxie for Paul to win the first leg of Sunday 6 Up. We stay at the 1800 for race 7, so a few longer races on the program than we normally get on Sunday. Top Gun's coming out of the Classic Mile, as is Mark Wynn, but they're both going up in trip. Naval Force has the pacifiers with the cowls going on. Lowrider 7-day backup minus the tongue tie. Packing Hurricanes now with David Eustace. No blinkers for him. Mega Force has his first start in Hong Kong. Former runner out of the Aidan O'Brien stable won over the 1400 at the Curragh. Stella Grande, visor off, cheek pieces go back on, and Midori Giant has the blinkers for the first time here, Paul.
He does, but he goes back, he's drawn wide, so I think you have to go back again. There's no leader in this race, so I think Packing Hurricane will be going forward. Naval Force steps ahead. Top Gun's the query for me, because when he did win, and it was over 1400, he led all the way. But they've been taking him back and riding him more conservatively recently, so I think he'll go back once again. Low rider, the query is whether he jumps or not. He jumped well last time, but 2 starts ago he missed it quite badly.
The Classic Mile is our first replay, so extra furlong on Sunday. Top Gun runs 8th. Mark Wynn, on face value, was very disappointing, Paul, but showed after the race he had blood in the track here. He's drawn 13, but it's a lovely start point.
Yeah, it is. So he's going to get his opportunity once again. I didn't mind Top Gun's run in this as well. He sort of didn't get too much room back on the inside there, and he finished off strongly. So you can see Mark Wynn had absolutely no luck whatsoever. He couldn't get that run all the way down the straight, did have blood in the track here. So both, I'm going to put them both in on minor lines, because I think they were both good runs. And Top Gun finished off nicely there.
He did. And Top Gun is having his first try at the distance. Now, this is last week, and Low Rider is our focus here. Midori Giant's in front of him at the stage. Of course, there was that fall at the 200 where they had to take some evasive action.
I like Midori Giant in this. Look, he's running away from Low Rider there. Low Rider was under a bit of pressure before that fall. Both of them sort of were a little bit affected. He's got blinkers on for the first time. Hopefully he'll be a price from barrier 12, so make him the long shot.
There you go. So he's going on. About steps ahead, could he be a place chance behind Midori Giant? Always looked a nice horse. Raced wide last time, when 12th behind Dragon Joy. That was a strong field, and it was the first time that he'd missed a top 3 finish.
Yeah, look, he looks the one, actually. He looks the main danger, I think, too. My sort of the one I've got at value. Steps ahead. He's been such a consistent horse, running well. And he had that really tough run last start, so it was a complete forgive from him last time.
That's a breakdown of the replays for race number 7, but the big horse for you.
Yeah, the big boy with blinkers on for the first time. He's drawn wide, so you have to go back, but he's got a massive stride on him, as we saw there in that replay. So I think he can win at a price. He's on top to beat steps ahead Mark Wynn and Top Gun. 12, 4, 2 and 1.
Big chance for the Mark Newnham train Ben Thompson ridden Midori Giant for Paul. Feature race on Sunday is race number 8. It's the running of the Hung Ye Cook Cup. It's class 2 over the 1600 metres. Good field. Sunlight Power last start winner, extra £9. Karma's the 3-time course and distance winner. Woodfire Bro has the tongue tie off. Midwinter Win, sensational Hong Kong debut. Void Samurai, cheek pieces off, blinkers on for the first time, and Speed Dragon, Happy Valley winner in class 3 last start. Romantic Thor, blinkers, crossover noseband and the tongue tie have all been removed. Paul, Void Samurai with those blinkers on to the fronts.
Yeah, I think he will with those blinkers on, whereas Flaming Rabbit, when Karras rides him, he doesn't seem to lead. He can lead, he's got really good gate speed, but I think they'll try and hold him up. Woodfire Bro doesn't like to lead, but he likes to go forward. Torment Prince likes to lead, so maybe he'll come and put a little bit of pressure on. Karma, Money Catcher, he used to lead, but he's lost that early pace now.
Sunlight Power is a nice horse and he's trained by Ricky Yu. Ricky, Sunlight Power, finally some luck in a race last time and he was able to win.
Yeah, he's been always close. He's locking the door a few times and the jockey rode him really well.
Have you always had a good opinion of the horse? Because he's done a great job despite plenty of bad luck.
Yes, he didn't have all that kind of luck at the beginning of his career, but we correct him in the morning because he can pull quite hard. So we correct him, he's getting more and more relaxed. So then eventually he ran a good race.
No Zach this week, so Hugh takes over as the jockey. His style looks like it will suit the horse perfectly.
Yes, I mean the seems to be the riding style of Hill. He suits the horse well.
Has he trained on well since that last win?
Yes, he went back to Chongfa for about 10 days or so and came back as a fresh horse. I saw him this morning. He's just as good as gold.
That's Ricky Yu talking Sunlight Power, Paul. Now, this is Midwinter Wind, who was last turning for home, 1,200 metres. It was a strong field. It was some win from him. Extra 400 metres doesn't look like it will be an issue. What about the second up factor?
Yeah, well, there's a few things against him in that respect, but it was such a dominant win, wasn't it? And he ran a really quick sectional, and he wasn't entitled to win, but he still managed to. Look, if he wins this, he's a really good horse, and there's no question whatsoever. You won't want to take a short price about him. There could be value around other horses because sometimes horses like that are so impressive, they come up short next start.
We'll see what price he comes up at 12 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. Johannes Brahms is very wide here, and this is the classic mile. Even before then, he was under some pressure before taking off. We've also got Mickley in this race. He makes ground for 5th. His racing style means he needs a lot of luck.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he? But it was a good run from Mickley, I thought. It was, of the two, Johannes Brahms, for me, looks like he's gone a bit backwards. So I'm happy to leave him alone. But Mickley I'm going to include because he's really strides out nicely here in this particular race. And the only little concern, I noticed Hugh Bowman's not riding him, is he? He's gone on to Sunlight Power from Mickley. Mickley did have 122, so it was right on Hugh's riding weight.
It was, yeah, interesting point to note there. Speed Dragon's a last start winner over at Happy Valley. It was 1,800 metres, so the distance is no problem. He beats California Totality, who's won again since, but the class of this field's arguably stronger than what he beat this night.
Yeah, this was a lot easier, wasn't it? But look, he has won at Sha Tin in the past over the course and distance, so the course and distance isn't a problem. Look, if he did pop up, he'll be a big price. If he does pop up at a decent price, you wouldn't be too surprised. He is in form at the moment.
That is a Speed Dragon. CP Brave up at Chongfa as the second of the Ricky Yu stable. He ran 4th behind Karma last time. That's going way back to October. Harry Bentley takes the wide draw of 12 and straight to 1,600 metres. He has won first up in the past.
He has. Barrier 12 looks a problem for him. And he's running into this race fresh, and he's up against some pretty seasoned horses, including his stablemate Sunlight Power. So I was happy to watch him here.
That's Mugen getting it away to win at that try. I haven't seen him on race day for a while, Mugen, but he can't be too far away. Midwinter Wind?
Yeah, going to go with him. Look, it was impressive last time. But again, as I say, you wouldn't want to take a short price. Exotics might be the way to go in this race. Sunlight Power, Mickley, and Voyage Samurai blinkers on. He can be a hard horse to get past. So, and with those blinkers, it's a good gear change for him. 7, 2, 8, 10.
The former South African galloper to make it 2 in a row in Hong Kong if things go to plan for Midwinter Wind. Race number 9 is a flying 1,000 metre race, and it is a Class 3. Fast responder last winner, extra £9. Horsepower scratched on the 27th of November with a lame left 4. He's had 2 trial stints. Colourful King makes his Hong Kong debut. Majestic Express 7-day backup. Sweet Briar is back in trip. Sal, he makes his debut in Hong Kong for Michael Chang. Or is it a she? It's a filly. So it's well named. Candlelight Dinner likes to go forward, and Aurora Patch race wide last time, coming back in distance is the bottom one there, Paul. Aurora Patch, you just never know over here.
No, you think Sal's something out of the Sopranos, don't you? Candlelight Dinner, it's got really good pace, should go forward. Colourful King's an alternative leader. He's led in both his trials, but Candlelight Dinner, I think, will go for it there from the outside gate. Crimson Flash, Super Fortune won't be far away. Then the filly Sal. Horsepower and Sweet Briar in there next.
And David Eustace joins us to talk his first starter, Colourful King. David, Colourful King from Australia, did he settle straight in when he came to Hong Kong?
Yeah, he's been pretty good. Found with blue points for which he's by, they can be sort of fairly hot. So we took our time, and he can. He has his quirks a little bit, but from a sort of training and track work point of view, he's been relatively straightforward.
All of his form in Australia over 1,000 and 1,100. Did that make the decision to go to the straight 5 nice and easy for you?
Yeah, I thought being able to trial down the straight was obviously just a good opportunity to see if he'd have the speed and whether he'd handle it. He to the eye he trialled well, albeit he didn't come off the bridle. The race has been a target for a little while.
You've been happy with his work since that last trial?
Yeah, I have. He doesn't work sort of really flashy on the dirt. He sort of just does enough, but he's definitely a different horse on the grass. But he's sort of ticked all the boxes, yeah.
There's David Eustace with a good report on his first starter, Colourful King. Paul, here is a first responder. We've got quite a bit of form coming out of this race. First, second, third, fifth, sixth and 10th. And the 5th is going to be the focus here, because if things had have gone his way, that 5 might have been a much lower number.
Yeah, it was my long shot this day, so I did keep a close eye on him in the race. You see, he couldn't get out, and he did run a close-up 5th there. It looks a good debut run, I thought, also from Sparkling Fellow and also from the other horse, Crimson Flash, so they're going to have chances as well. But I thought Noah Hart would have beaten them all if he'd managed to get out. Whether he would have beaten the winner, I'm not sure, but he would have gone close, I think.
He's just held up there, so that is a big forgive run for Noah Hart. Horsepower, here is his win at Happy Valley. This was the only time we've seen him. He beat All Greek to me, and this was during the day meeting at the Valley.
Yeah, I liked him this day as well, because he trialled really well leading into it by Harry Angel, this one. Look, he's had a setback. He's got barrier number 6, so he'll come across. I'm happy to watch him in this, just because there's some other horses here which I think a little bit fitter, race fitter, or have trialled better.
And Noah Hart, one of them.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, so he's definitely going to go in, Noah Hart. But I do like the first starter, the David Eustace horse here, Colourful King. The thing with Noah Hart is he gets back, so I just thought Colourful King could get first run on him. But nothing between the two, but 4 to beat 12, 7 Crimson Flash and Sparkling Fellow in there. But I do like the 4, and I would take a Saver Quinella with the 12.
That is race number 9, Colourful King to win on debut in Hong Kong and take the first leg of the late treble. Race number 10 now, and this is the field for the Class 3 over the 1200. Swift Descend is on the class drop. Glory Elite, Lucy in the Sky back in distance from the Classic Mile. Prince of Portia last start winner. Matthew Poon retains the ride on him. Francis Maynell's been on the improve. Free Pony, he makes his Hong Kong debut. He was mad deal for Peter Snowden before arriving. Doubt he came free. Aero Invincible pacifiers off. Pacifiers with the Cows go on, and Lifeline Expresses place 2 from 5 in this class. Glory Elite, Francis Maynell up front here, Paul.
Yeah, Francis Maynell's got drawn wide once again. And he's by Blue Point as well. Barrier number 12 for him, but I think he can get across. Glory Elite, he likes to go forwards back to 1200, which looks the right distance for him. He tried a mole last time. Didn't mind Invincible Shields, tried recently, and he should be forward with Lucy in the Sky. Prince of Porty, just a wide draw for him.
David Eustace is back talking about his smart galloper, Swift Ascend. Swift Ascend, David, one of your favourite horses, being your first winner in Hong Kong, and he's just done a great job since then for you too.
Yeah, he has. Yeah, he's obviously been fantastic for the stable. Sort of got us going early and has maintained that. So, yeah, delighted with his performances so far, and hopefully he can keep it going.
Come down in grade this week, 135 pounds, but he's shown previously he can carry big weight.
Yeah, he has. I mean, he's not a big horse, but he's carried it before, as you say. So, thought it was just a good opportunity for him to have a little bit of a freshen up mid-season and get back in grade. I didn't sort of really want him to miss that opportunity of running off 85 in Class 3 again. So we'll see how he performs.
Trialled impressively from the front. Might we see different tactics this week?
I don't think so. I think Zach was just, sensible in that there wasn't a lot of speed, and I wanted him to have a sort of reasonable hit out, having not ran for a little while, so he let him roll to the top. But he's versatile. It looks like there's plenty of pace in the race anyway, so certainly won't be sort of getting in any loggerheads with other horses on his outside.
Usual sit back and fly home tactics from Swift Descend despite leading up in that trial. Here is winning form Paul, Prince of Porty, who was too good, made to earn it though by Ladies' Choice. Invincible Shield started this race at 6.8, drew barrier 14 and had no luck from the draw. Won a trial well since, beating Sing Dragon, comes up with the inside gate.
Yeah, he'll learn a lot from this race as well. It was a tough run for him, and he sort of dropped out. Prince of Porty, now he's the one that might be caught wide. He drew nicely in this race. He drew 4. He's drawn 8 here, and he's got a bit of speed underneath him, so he'll just need a bit of luck to try and get across Prince of Porty. Invincible Shield, I think he's come on from this, so you'd hope he has anyway, with that trial win, so I think he's going to get his opportunity.
Francis Maynell running second here. 3 starts, been beaten double figures, then 2 lengths and then half a length. And he hasn't drawn a gate in any of the starts, and he won't draw a gate on Sunday either.
He tries hard, this horse. That's one thing about him. I quite like him. He actually hit the front here at the 200, and because of the hard run, he sort of faded out a little bit. Well, when I say faded, he still ran second behind a really good horse in the boombox. So this formula looks really good. Look, I'm going to go with him, actually. I think if he can get across, which I think he can do, because he has got that early gate speed, he's come out of a good race there.
He has. So he goes in from the front to win. Who's in as the placings?
Yeah, Francis Maynell, the poet. He goes on top there to win from Invincible Shield with that good trial. Glory Elite coming back to 1200. He'll go straight to the front. I would be surprised if they did lead with Swift Descend, especially with those. There is a bit of pace in this race, so he's better held up. 6-4-2-1.
Race 10, number 6, Francis Maynell to be first out and first home in the second last. Last is race number 11. This is a great race, this one. Rose Handicap. It's a Class 3. It's over 1,600 metres. Some very special background music playing for it, and All Cash at the top of the book is having his second run in the grade. Bundle Award last start winner carries an extra 8. New Future Folks last start winner carries an extra 7. Dragon Joy wide draw again. Embraces raced wide last time. Sky Heart blinkers back on. Morgan Success 7-day backup. Then we've got the 9, 10 and the 11 all back to the trial since we last saw them. Excellence Valley wears blinkers, and Another World and Winning Wing round out an extremely competitive race, Paul.
Oh, what a race this is. I think New Future Folks will go to the front and try and steal it like he did last start. Beauty Viva's got a little bit of pace. Sky Heart with those blinkers back on can come across. Bundle Award, he should get his opportunity from an inside draw, Another World, and then the rest sort of go back. So All Cash, look, he used to lead when he was overseas, but he hasn't shown any pace in early pace in his races here. So he has got the apprentice claim, but I think he'll go back once again.
Well, Ricky Yu is going to join us right now to talk about Dragon Joy. Ricky, Dragon Joy in the last. He looks a very promising racehorse.
Yes, he is a lightly raced, up-and-coming young horse. That the race he ran last start, he won well, really from a wide barrier. So he'll keep improving.
Unfortunately, you have another wide barrier again this week, though.
Hopefully, yes. Hopefully, we can do the same thing. The jockey knows him well. Strongly believe that he'll perform again.
If you can force your way into the 4-year-old series, he must be more than competitive. You beat plenty of runners that have raced in the Classic Mile since that race.
Yes. I'm still optimistic that he'll beat him again. Yeah.
Were you happy with his trial between races?
Yes, he's always he tries very hard. He's always he shows his best, like in the morning and in the races. So I like him very much. He is a pure racehorse.
Good words. Ricky Yu on his charge there, Dragon Joy. Strap yourself in, Paul. There's 3 million replays coming up here. And we start with New Future, folks. Embraces wide. Sky Hart runs second. He had the second best run in the race, Sky Hart. He ran second after Ben Thompson gave this leader an absolute treat of a ride.
Yeah, he did. I don't reckon they'll let him get away with it here. I like Sky Hart coming out of this race with blinkers on as well. I think blinkers is going to really help this horse. And he was only second up here, so he's third up. Hopefully these colours have a bit more luck than they did in the last race on last Sunday, and he can win. So, look, as you say, nothing was going to beat this New Future, folks. He absolutely walked them the whole way, and as such, everyone was chasing him. So, hats off to the jockey there.
Absolutely, sprinted beautifully off the front from the 200 metres. Bundle Award had some luck last time, and in the end he was able to blast through and beat home Sky Trust, who was first past the post on last Sunday, of course, and Winning Wing from back in the field gets wide and runs on. Yeah,
a really good win from this horse. Bundle Award. He looks actually the biggest danger for me. He'll probably start favourite from barrier number 1 as well. You can see him really finishing off nicely here, and a really good win from him. As you say, Sky Trust has sort of franked the form a little bit as well, running well on Sunday.
Now we start a furlong package with Morgan's Success. This was his first start in Hong Kong. It was going back last weekend. He ran 4th behind Winning Gold. Steps up in trip, and the way he hits the line here, the extra distance looks good.
Yeah, it was a nice run from him for sure. Drawn nicely in barrier number 3, and they are taking the step up. So look, just how he handles his racing, really.
That is Morgan's Success. Everyone's Star is our next replay. He ends up running 4th in this race, and this was his first start behind Patch of Cosmo, beaten a length and 3/4 and went off at 26-1.
Look, he almost went in the numbers for me. It's such a deep race, though. He was the one that ended up missing out. You can see Armour War Eagle getting affected there, but it was a good run, I thought, from him.
Excellence value. Didn't do too much on debut, so much so he was triple figures in this race. Draws nicely in 2, blinkers on. He runs 4th despite where he is as we roll the replay.
Yeah, this is 1200, so he's got to step straight up to the 1600 metres. But the way he finished off, you think 1600 will be okay for him. It's just a tricky one going from 12 to 16, although we are seeing a horse earlier in the day doing that. We'll probably start short price favourite.
He was up past the winners too, just past the post. There was Excellence Value, and another World ran second here. This was his first go in the grade after a terrific victory 2 starts ago. Nothing wrong with running second behind Packing Angel.
No, Packing Angel's one of the favourites, well, would be one of the favourites for the rest of the 4-year-old series. So a really nice run from him, and it was a miracle win from him before that as well. So he's the one that goes in at the expense of the other horse, Everyone's Star.
Okay, who else is in? Because was it hard to narrow it down?
It was. It's going to be a good race, this one. It normally is the last race, good betting race. Going to go with the Sky Hart, though. We'll see with the blinkers on for the first time. I like that gear, back on, I should say. I like that gear change with the Sky Hart. Bundle Award's going to be tough. Dragon Joy, we heard from Ricky Yu there, and Another World. 7, 3, 5 and 13.
And that is the preview for Sha Tin on Sunday. 11 races, and gates will open for the first at 12:30.